And that brings us to time for our high beam this morning. And coming in on this Monday, Bob Alsept from Buckeye Career Center, superintendent there. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Brad.
Looks like it's still busy time for you.
We are. We're in session for 2 more days and trying to make the most out of all the time we have left. Our students are staying as busy as they can, but still enjoying the holidays. So we want to get all we can today and tomorrow, but then send them off to enjoy their families.
That's for sure. We're trying to get them trained up so that they don't throw wild laterals to end football games.
Wow, was that something? Bill Belichick, I'm sure, did not draw that one up that way.
Just had to throw that in there. We were talking about that right before we went on. So we've got 2 more days of regular session for school. And then the building's going to be open most days over the holidays for people that need to conduct some kind of business.
We'll be closed. With the holidays, the way they fall on the weekends, it shifts some of our days. But our building will be closed December 23rd, this Friday, December 26th, Monday, and then the next Friday, December 30th. But other than that, we will have people in adult education. We'll have people in the high school and just waiting for phone calls. I'm sure it may be a little bit more quiet than usual, but we're certainly, I would encourage folks who are considering applying, especially for high school programs right now. This year, more than any other, applications have just been pouring in. Yeah. We're well over 300 at this point. So I would encourage them to take the holidays, talk to mom and dad or whoever you trust and get those applications in.
We were saying you had the open house in November. We were there with the live broadcast, and between right before that day and the next day, you were just besieged with applications.
Well, Brad, I think people heard you were going to be there for that live remote, so we had a lot of traffic. But I this was my 9th year of seeing these things, and I don't know that I've ever seen groups more engaged. When they came through the door, they were talking to people. They were asking questions. And so I wasn't terribly surprised when we had more applications. But to be sitting here on December 19th and talking about well over 300 applications, I mean, we're more than 60% of away toward meeting our goal. I think people are very interested, and I would encourage them, get those applications in. We've got a few programs. Cosmetology at this point is a waiting list, but others that are getting near there. So make some decisions and come to Buckeye.
And we just said the offices are open. That's a good time to inquire and get signed up then.
It really is, and we're open during those days. Now, you won't be able to see as much as when the students are in place, but we'd be happy to show people around, talk on the phone, come in, and we'll help any way that we can and show them around the building. Just not those days that the building is closed, but we would love to help them any way we can make good decisions.
You talked about that, and also this adult program where you can get certified and get your diploma. Very helpful, and is it catching on and becoming popular?
It really is, Brad. As word gets out there, people and listen, folks leave high school for a number of reasons. And so if you're finding yourself in your age 20 or older, I think a lot of times people are hesitant. Well, I've got to take the classes. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. Right now, the adult diploma is, to me, a really good program, because you can get a industry credential. You have to earn a 12-point industry credential. That means you've got a skill.
Yeah.
You have to pass the ACT work keys with a 14, which means you've got workplace aptitude. And if you do those 2 things, you then get a high school diploma, not a GED or Aspire certificate. You get a GED, or you get an Ohio diploma. So you've got your diploma, I've got a skill, which makes you very employable, and I think a lot of people are starting to see the value in that.
A lot of times an employer will look at the resume, you didn't finish high school, that's a big red flag.
It absolutely is, and I think you take that off of your transcript. You now say, yes, I graduated, yes, I have a skill, I can do this. And I think it's a life changer for many of our folks. And in fact, some of them who have gone through the program have decided, hey, I can do this, and they've enrolled for college courses right from that. So I just think it is a pathway to a great career and really being able to change your life.
How many certifications are available now in your programs?
Well, for high school, we've got 33 programs, and oh my gosh, when you talk, most of those programs have at least 4 to 5 different credentials.
Okay.
I think we've got 6 or 8 in the adult diploma
Okay.
program now, from welding to certainly to CDL and the apprenticeships and the transportation clusters all lead to good jobs right now, and we still, everywhere you look, they need a good employee.
Yeah. They also need somebody who can get to work. Now, this is something that's on the horizon. I was a little bit surprised to hear you say that this was going to happen, but I understand why. With a driver's license, how are you going to help that process along?
Well, we really looked at last year. One of the biggest roadblocks to employment is if a person does not have transportation. Well, if you don't have a driver's license, you're not going to have any transportation, and you're always depending on somebody to take you to work, and that doesn't always that's not always consistent. So we decided we're going to attack this at the high school level. We're in partnership with the East Central Ohio ESC, who offers driver's ed. And for our students who don't have, especially our seniors, is where we're starting out, that don't have a driver's license, but they've maintained their grades and their discipline, and they're in good shape in their program, we're going to find a way to offer the classes right on Buckeye's campus when we get back from the holidays. They'll be able to do the driving and those things. They've got to get their permit and have that, but we're going to do everything we can to help them get their driver's license and make them more employable.
So that's their ESC. Yeah, I see those cars out there in their parking lot all the time. So what an opportunity. And I don't know what the cost is, but it's the same as you would do it with a private?
It is, and we're taking care of that because we feel it's an important, as we do with the credentials.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those have an expense to it, but we feel like we're not really spending money as much as we're investing in our students and helping them become better prepared for the workforce, which is going to help them, but it's also going to help our area employers. So we just felt like it was an investment we had to make at this time.
Well, that sounds great. Somebody wants to get a hold of you or finding out about the school in general, the webpage is pretty inclusive. You can click a bunch of places and it goes everywhere.
It does. That gets you started, BuckeyeCareerCenter.org. That will take you, like you said, you're one click away from a lot of information. And then still, give us a call. Come in. We'd love to sit down, 330-339-2288. And we believe in what we do, and we like to show it off any chance we can. And we're open to help people make good decisions.
Now, it's the holidays. We like to get together with staff, and I know you're pretty proud of your staff. So good people there that have really, they are successful in helping other people become successful.
I think our staff, and I everybody should believe this, but I believe they are absolutely the best at understanding that everybody comes to us from different places. And a lot of our folks had other careers other than just teaching. And they understand that the path isn't always straight. Sometimes there's curves and there's blocks, and they do a great job of understanding how to help people overcome those blocks that they've faced. And they're demanding, but they're compassionate, and I think people feel the difference when they come in there. Our academic teachers really make their information relevant so kids understand, oh, this is why geometry is important to me now.
Yeah.
And so it's a good combination, and I think students really feel welcomed and supported when they get there.
Well, we would encourage anybody who's thinking about it to inquire. Again, the webpage, phone number is 339
2288.
And you get a hold of somebody there, and they can, again, like the webpage, veer you off to the right person or department.
Absolutely, and we would love to do that to help people.
Well, I hope you'll tell everybody on the staff we said Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and to you.
Thank you very much. We value the relationship and being able to come here and talk about Buckeye, and Merry Christmas to you and all of your listeners.
Okay, well, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you or Frank or somebody again next month then.
We're looking forward to it.
Thank you so much. Bob Alsept, who's the superintendent of Buckeye Career Center, our guest this morning on the 830 High Beam.